I really wanted to nail this song, and I really wanted to kind of get the narrative as perfectly as I could and as respectfully as I could as well, because I knew that this song might mean more to some people than it would ever mean to myself. Mourning Song. So this song is a sister to Celebration song, and they both bookend the album. And basically the idea is that they both look at death and life in different contexts. And Mourning Song is a song that basically talks about the fact that losing people in life can maybe inspire you to live in a different way, because you're so much more grateful of the life that you have. Death is, and I knew this when I started writing this song, death is the biggest, most important, powerful topic possible. Like, there's nothing you can comprehend that is more emotional or powerful than, sadly, the ending of a life, So I really wanted to nail this song, and I really wanted to kind of get the narrative as perfectly as I could and as respectfully as I could as well, because I knew that this song might mean more to some people than it would ever mean to myself, So the idea is, like I said, losing someone and learning from their death as a beautiful yet tragic lesson, I guess. I was thinking of leaving with the world placed firmly at my feet. Nothing left to gain, nothing left to give you. If I could simply stop breathing, maybe then the ache would go away. Nowhere left to run, nothing left to run from. So these lyrics are essentially me painting the canvas of depression and talking about the fact that at the point where this kind of narrative hits, the narrator is feeling suicidal themselves, like I was thinking of leaving even though I had the whole world at my feet, and if I could simply stop breathing, I would feel better, And I was always very cautious with that simply stop breathing line, because I didn't want it to feel like some kind of some cringy emo song. I really wanted to just paint the idea that this person was in such discomfort that they wish they weren't around, nowhere left to run, nothing left to run from. You feel trapped in your own life. When you looked me in the eyes, how could I have known that that would be your final goodbye? So this is a line that basically talks about the fact that we never know when our last time with somebody will be, and tragically we've said goodbye to people in our lives, and we never thought it would be the last time we said goodbye to them, and it was, So this is the kind of transitional bridge that talks about this death occurring. How is it fair I must live this life without your infinite light and guidance? How is it fair that you had no choice when you left, and now we all live in the shadow of it? This song is, for me, is a collection of grief, and it sounds really morbid, but this song isn't about a single occurrence for me, and this is something that I do quite often in my lyrics, is I will take life experiences that I've had, and I'll put them all in one kind of place, and I'll write a story about it, I suppose, So this song isn't literal for me, but lots of the lyrics mean different things from different experiences, I suppose. And this chorus lyric is one of the most emotional lyrics on the album for me, and every time I think about it, it just makes me want to cry, because I remember where I was and what I did when I wrote it. And personally for me, my mother lost her father when she was about my age now, and or a little bit older, and obviously I grew up without a grandfather on her side of the family because of that, essentially, and he left such a big hole in our lives, and it was the anniversary of his death, and my mother posted a photo of herself on her wedding day with him, and she just looked so young, and I remember thinking it was not fair for her to have been deprived of the infinite life and guidance that a father could give at that age, and it just wrote itself, that line, and whenever I think about it, it reminds me of my band and of my mum, and of the tragic concept of somebody who should be able to give so much more to the world, not being able to give it, and also somebody who deserves someone like a father, and not being able to have that. That was a very emotional lyric for me. And then, how is it fair that you had no choice of when you left, and now we all live in the shadow of it? It's once again, this ties back into the concept of suicide, you know, and we all have the choice to stop living, I suppose, but not everybody who stopped living had the choice. And I think that was quite a poignant part of this chorus. In your slumber, you've shown me all the little things that I'm deprived of, every single thing that I took for granted. So this is basically now the narrator is learning from the passing of someone. Now that they've gone, they are being taught lessons by somebody who's not even there anymore, because everything that they do, they realize they are taken for granted because, you know, they have the choice to do it and not everybody else does, I suppose. So this part essentially is a way is a turning point for the narrator, and basically says that, like, because I know that you passed before you felt like you were perfectly happy and done with life, I suppose. It makes me want to be happy, and it makes me want to be ready for death, because I would hate to have that rug pulled from under my feet and not have done everything I wanted to do in life, I suppose. My entire life is shrouded now, the death's black wing eclipsed your sunshine, and if I have to live for you, in spite of all the pain that I might feel that I go through, that's something that I swear to do. So this is kind of a conclusive passage, really, that talks about the idea that no matter what happens now, death's shadow will always be present and will always be a reminder, you know. And then also, I guess, at the end as well, it kind of says to the fact that no matter how I feel, I will never give up on life, because I know that I'm grateful to even have the choice, I suppose. There is beauty in any loss that teaches you a lesson, all the beautiful friends we leave behind without ever forgetting. Though life will move without you, I will never move along. If this is my last chance to sing you to sleep, then let this be my morning song. And this is the concluding epiphany on the album, really, and it kind of says to the fact that even though grief is a constant in life and is the most traumatic and tragic thing anybody can really go through, all we can do is learn from it, and learn from those people as well. Not just learn about the value of life, but learn about what made these people so valuable to you, and try and take those things on in your day-to-day life. You know, and just try and basically live on behalf of everybody who didn't have a choice, I suppose. And though life will move without you, I will never move along. The idea that, like, as long as I'm still alive, you will never be forgotten. There we go, thank you very much for tuning in. I apologise, all my lyrics are very, very overly introspective and a little bit bleak, but I really enjoy sharing the insights with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed watching as well. So if there's any other songs you'd want to hear the insights into, or anything behind, just let us know. Yeah, thank you.